So I complimented a middle-aged black woman on her outfit today, and she said, "Thank you, baby." This is the best day of my life.
A whole group of black women just stopped me and they were like, "Excuse me, you're so cute." They're like, "I just need to tell you that you're so cute." I love it. Honestly, if they approve, that's like all I need. That's all I need, girl. It's been a good day.
Yeah, let me put my Instagram in.
What's your Instagram?
Let me put it in, darling.
Okay.
What's your name? Bree.
I know. Don't take my phone.
I won't, don't worry. Drop me a message of where you're going.
Okay.
Drop me a message. We'll go for some beans and toast and a cup of tea, alright? See you later, girls. Yes. Yes.
Your family, how do they feel about interracial relationships?
My whole family is very racist, I'll be honest.
Oh.
They all stay in the same little compound where we lived in a small town called Minerva. It's right outside of Canton, Texas, Minerva, Ohio. It's all country out there. And they are the exact society's description of white people.
Oh, wow.
My family, that's my family. I was embarrassed. She never met any of my family. We were together 10 years.
Okay.
Because I told her, I said, I don't want you to have, they're going to embarrass me.
Right.
They, true to form.
Right.
But then I go meet her family in Savannah, Georgia. They're the nicest people I've ever met in my life. They welcome me, love me. I mean, just great people. So, and it's my own family. I have a huge family. And I don't talk to none of them because I'm married to her.
Right.
That's my choice. That's my love.
Right.
They ain't gonna tell me who to love. This right here, love her for 28 years. I know it's real.
The guys at the barbershop over here jumped him. They told him, we're going to take that black queen away from you.
What?
You don't deserve her. Why is it anybody's business who I choose to love or who he chooses to love?
Right.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Unfiltered For You Stories. So today we are here with another very interesting episode where white men are sharing their experiences dating black women and giving tips for those who would wish to date the black women. So we are going to watch a few clips. This is not about stereotypes or putting anyone in one box. It's just about real conversations, lived experiences, and what happens when cultures, backgrounds, and perspectives meet in dating. So we are going to watch a few clips from TikTok, and of course we shall give our reactions. So without wasting much time, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's catch up after these clips.
Okay, so here's what it's like being married to a black woman. She's a total queen in every aspect. Looks, attitude, loyalty. And I really want to make a point that, yeah, there are some amazing benefits to being married to a black woman in particular, and a Haitian woman specifically. But the truth is, and this is for all you men, you gotta find yourself a healthy woman, a mature woman, a patient woman, a kind woman, a respectful woman, one who respects herself, but most importantly, get a woman who loves God.
No one can hype you up like a black person.
Okay, so I'm married to a black woman, here is proof, and she has been hyping me up for the last 15 years, which has led to me having a degree of confidence that, frankly, no human being on earth should possess.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! 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 Well. Watch me. Ooh!
Why would you encourage that? Like, why would you convince somebody that sequence of body movements was somehow good for the world? My dancing is so bad, I have undone the collective rhythm of billions. Like, I am flattered, but that is not setting me up for success.
So dating a black girl, you have to be able to adapt to different hairstyles, hairdos, and the fact she can do her hair anywhere. So she has a salon back there in that room, full of stuff, slap full. But today she chooses in the living room. Hey, that's a good spot to do my hair. So today what we're doing is called a sew-in, okay? Ain't that right, babe?
Yes.
Also known as a weave, okay? And what they do is she braids her hair first, and then she just uses thread to sew it into her head, and it lasts longer. And then next week she might do braids, small braids, large braids, knotless braids. And then if she's in a rush, she'll just throw a wig on. blonde hair wig, red hair, auburn, black, just whatever she's feeling for the occasion. Sometimes that wig has receding hairlines.
Really, May? That is so nice.
Sometimes the edges be leaking sometimes. But
That's
hey,
how you feel?
I'm just kidding. But she be using my gel, same gel, got to be glued.
You're using the wrong gel.
And then I don't know if she doesn't rub it in her hands first, but she just squirts it straight onto her edges. And then, boom, then you got a bunch of hair on the got to be glued. And you're trying to use the gel, you putting her hair in your hair. So you're more of a couple like that.
Really, babe? Oh my God.
This video is for anybody out there that is dating a black girl right now or has a black wife or anything like that. Just want to say to you all, if you are dating a black woman, you make sure you treat her right, because you have one of the treasures of the world. You have one of the best things that God ever created. I really believe that. The best thing that God created is the black woman. And she deserves to be treated like the princess and the queen that she is. So, if you got a black woman, make sure you go out of your way to make her happy and give her your entire world. And give her everything she wants. And treat her right. Thank y'all.
Here's some things you need to know if you too would like to be in a relationship with a beautiful black woman. Lots of seasonings, things you've never even heard of. And even if you think it's too spicy and you don't like it all, always tell her you love it and that it tastes great. This is a bonnet worn every night to protect your hairstyle. Body oils, lotions, and Vaseline for hydrating the skin multiple times a day. Lots of different hairstyles, wigs, locks. And one thing I gotta say about this, never comment on it. Always just say it looks great and keep your opinion to yourself. Make sure to lay your edges down, queens. Oh, and never, and I mean never, touch their hair. And if you're a Caucasian like me, you will 100% have somebody say this to you. He doesn't know what to do with all that.
What's up, y'all? Here go a few things you need to know about dating a black woman. And yes, I'm qualified to make this video. If you don't believe me, just look at the seasonings on my stove. And that should eliminate anybody who think I don't know what I'm talking about. Number 1, embrace her culture. I'm talking traditions, food, music, everything. You about to start eating the best food you ever ate in your life, I promise you. Number 2, her hair. Learning about a black woman's hair is a whole different type of journey you ain't never even thought about being on. I'm talking about everything from hair creams to hair milks to hair oils to edge control, all that. Not to mention, offering to help her with her hair makes for some really good bonding time. But you always gotta remember, do not touch her hair without her permission. Number 3, respect. And by that, I mean respect her experiences. Listen to all her stories. Recognize the challenges that she has to go through in everyday life as a black woman. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but racism is still a very real thing in this world. So you gotta be ready to stand up against any discrimination that she faced. And your support gonna mean everything to her. Last but not least, number 4, communication. Communication key in every relationship. So always make sure you open and honest with her about everything. Cause if you lie or try to hide some shit from her, she gonna find out. I don't know if you know this or not, but black women, they like detectives. They find out everything. So don't ever be afraid to talk to her about anything. And you always gotta remember, love is a journey of learning and growth, no matter who you with. So embrace y'all differences, celebrate y'all similarities, treat her like a queen, and cherish the bond y'all build together.
Are white men embarrassed to be in public with a black woman? Here we go. Okay. It has nothing to do with embarrassment. Okay, let me start with that. It has everything to do with confusion. And to be honest, a lot of men feel defeated because, in case you didn't know, black women have like this whole vibe that cannot be matched. It just can't. Like, white men don't have it in them to keep up with that energy level. I'm just going to let you know, we are like, chill, real chill. Y'all ladies have this fashion, okay? And I don't know how to describe it really. It's very loud. It's very pretty. But it is not something that like white men do. Like, we're blue jeans and t-shirt, and the t-shirt's usually to whatever event we're about to go to. Crawfish bowl, yes, crawfish cook. You know, going to concert, okay, Def Leppard forever. It's different. Okay, just like take hair. Okay, as simple as hair. White men have 3 different hairstyles. They're bald, they got a mullet, or they got a comb over. Sometimes a little of all 3. Sometimes they hatfish, you know, and they got a mullet and they're bald on top. But I've done extensive research. I mean, extensive research. There is not a single black woman, I'm convinced, on the face of the earth that has the same hairdo. Not one. And I've seen a lot of hairdos in my life, and I've never seen a black woman with the same hairdo. So you explain that. But white men just feel like they're kind of defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like, it is what it is for us, and you ladies expect something that, I'll be honest with you, white dudes just can't give you.
Story time about how I used to think all black girls tasted sour. So I had just graduated high school, and I was seeing this black girl. We've been seeing each other for about a week, and finally the weekend rolls around, and we're fooling around, and I'm kissing on her skin, and she tasted very sour, very slippery, very sour. It's almost like I was licking a battery terminal, like a car battery. So I said, well, let me kiss somewhere else. Maybe she just didn't do a good shower, right? So I'm kissing somewhere else, and same thing. And I was like, oh dear Lord. I said, okay, we're just not going to do foreplay. We're going to skip this part, and Lord, get me through this, and I'm going to go cold turkey on black girls altogether. And that's what happened. So that was in Florida, and that's part of the story. It's important. So fast forward now, 10 or 15 years, I'm married to a white woman. We're in Florida, and it's summertime again. And we've been at the beach all day. We took showers. And she says, hey, can you put some cocoa butter on my back and my shoulders? I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm doing it, and when I got done, I gave her a little kiss on her shoulder, because that's what one does, right? So I do that, and boom, I'm right back in the room with that black girl. I was like, holy shit, black girls don't taste sour. It was because she had cocoa butter on, and we were in Florida, she was sweating, and when I was kissing her skin, that's what tasted sour. But my high school didn't teach young white boys about ashy black girls, so I had no idea that was even a thing.
I want to talk about loving a black woman. Disclaimer, this is my opinion based on my relationship with my woman. So first thing, as an Indian man raised in Caribbean culture, loving an African woman, I've learned that my support has to be active. It cannot be passive. I need to understand that she faces a unique double standard, sexism and racism. My job is to be a safe space. Listen when she shares her daily struggles. Don't get defensive, just believe her. Secondly, you need to do your own research. Don't wait for her to explain everything. Black history is world history. It is not just for black people. So understand the stereotypes that she faces. Call out the microaggressions, especially from family and friends. And I would recommend adding to your library 3 books. That is Me and White Supremacy, apologies for the pronunciation with the authors' names. That is by an author called Layla F. Saad. There is So You Want to Talk About Race by an author called Ijeoma Oluo. And The Racial Healing Handbook by an author called Annalise Singh. And finally, celebrate her. Celebrate her hair, celebrate her strength, celebrate her joy. Your relationship isn't just about 2 people, it's about 2 cultures. So protect that. Peace and love.
The joy of dating an African. So a lot of the foods that Christy cooks, like, for example, one of the really, really popular African dishes is called fufu. And it's basically kind of like a mashed potato, but they're designed pretty much to eat with your hands. And I've noticed watching her eat a lot of times, even other food, she'll eat a lot with her hands just because that's the culture there and they eat with their hands a lot, which is fine. I have no problems with eating with your hands, other than the fact that I'm a germaphobe. And I'm really freaked out about my hands and germs and things like that. So I guess I'm going to be the weirdo eating fufu with a spoon. The joys of dating an African woman. So, when you meet an African woman's parents, you are forewarned that there's to be no affection shown whatsoever. No hand-holding, no kissing, no nothing. So, whenever I met Christy's mom, I respected those wishes, but it came to the point in the day when I kind of just, I don't know, wanted a little kiss or a little hug. So I kind of put my arm on her back, and the first thing she did was pop her head around so fast to make sure there was nobody in the room. So fellas, if you're ever going to try to sneak a little hug or a kiss from your African lady at the parents' house, you better make sure nobody's in that room. Joys of dating an African woman. So Christy is from a country in West Africa, and this is one of the types of fufu. She told me exactly which type it was, but I don't remember. And I can understand now why African women are so strong, because she asked me to stir this, and for the love of Pete, oh my goodness, it is unbelievably hard to stir, but it is very tasty. The joys of dating an African woman. Before I dated Christy, when I would go out, I would just go pick out a shirt, and whatever pants or shorts I was wearing, well, that was just fine. But now, I do have to let my girl pick out my outfit because she likes me to look fly.
There are 5 things you need to do if you want to be successful as a white guy dating black women. So number 1, don't touch her hair. You know, I know it's just sitting out there. It's super tempting. You know, you're curious. You want to like feel it, but you know, it's just danger. It's like that. All of that is filled with landmines all over the place. Whether you say something about her hair, if you ever like say you like her to change her hair, if you start touching it without her permission, you know, it's just, you got a lot of stuff there that like it could just blow up in your face. So I just recommend stay away from the hair. All right, so number 2 is get comfortable with skin lotion, right? If you are not, as a white guy, using skin lotion every day, and you don't understand like that's a thing, and you know like that women do, maybe the white girlfriend you had just, you know, maybe used like a body lotion like once a day after showering. Black women is a whole different story. It's a whole different story, and you just need to understand like a lot of lotion is going on multiple times a day, and if you didn't know, now you know. 3 is you got to do your own homework. So if you've never dated a black girl before, and I made this mistake, you can't expect her to be your only source of information about all shit, about all things you don't know about the black experience. You may have a few black friends, all of that is fine, but if you're curious about what the black experience is like, if you are curious to know more about black history, you're going to have to do your own homework. You can't come to this one person for all of this information. So I made that mistake. Do your own homework. Do yourself a favor. So number 4 is embrace systemic racism. And what I mean by that is it is going to take time and an open mind and a lot of internalization and reading and watching different movies and thinking about the subject, talking about the subject. It doesn't come on overnight. You're not going to learn systemic racism immediately. Like, you may understand the basis of it immediately, but like a true sense of it, as best as a white person could possibly get to, is appreciated over time. And if you're choosing to date a black woman and you're not spending time thinking about, learning about, writing about, and understanding systemic racism, you're not doing anyone a service at all. And number 5 is go to Africa. And I fucking mean this. Like, if you want to date a black woman and you want to, like, just go to Africa, dude. Just get on a fucking airplane, go to Africa, spend 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever the fuck it is, and a couple things are going to happen. So one is you're going to appreciate, like, just blackness at a whole different level. Like, you don't know what I'm saying until you actually go. And there's a couple things about Africa that are unique. One is there are Africans there, but it's just all black people. And yeah, you're going to run into your random white person, but for the most part, like, I've gone to Kenya a bunch of times. You just don't see other walks of life all that much, right? I'm saying, like, day in, day out, what do you see? 90 to 95% of the time are Africans, right? And darker skinned Africans. And I don't know, dude, it's just like, if you don't go, you don't see that, you just can't really appreciate the black experience in the same way. The second thing that's going to happen to you is you're finally going to understand what it's like to be somewhere and you're the odd man out. And that's what I mean by, like, you go to London, right? You can just fit in because you're white and there's other white people, and then there's, you know, an Indian person, and, you know, every walk of life, just like it is in New York, just like it is in LA, or other places that you might go in the world. It's not like that in Africa, right? It is, you stick out as a white person, you stick out. You stick out, and in some cases, in a very uncomfortable way. And you got to be careful. You got to watch where you're going. You got to think what you're doing. And then you have to think, if you live in that context long enough, you start to understand, maybe just slightly, a tiny, weeny little bit, what it's like for a black person to roll around our neighborhoods, our countries, and what have you in white environments. So if you want to date a black girl, go to Africa.
Thank you so much for staying with me. If you are able to watch all those clips, so right there, that man is sharing his own story because he married a black woman. So he had to give up his family because he understands his family so well about being racist. He had to give up and move to another place with his wife just for their own happiness and peace. Having conversations about racism can never be avoided if you are in an interracial relationship, especially involving a black person with a white person. Yeah, because racism is one of the determinant factors whether the relationship will grow or it will fall apart. So for this case, a white man marrying a black woman should be ready for such conversations, and real conversations, really deep. Get to understand what is coming for you, especially if your family has issues with dating outside your race. You should be ready to defend your partner. You should be ready to stand up for your partner. Otherwise, if you, of course, don't stand up for her, that relationship may never work out. She will always feel isolated, discriminated, and out of place. To understand everything about racism, just be ready to learn, be ready to read about, say, black history. Be ready to put yourself in your partner's shoes. Someone there said, make her happy and treat her well. That is, of course, every woman's expectation. And for a black woman, just to feel treated right, given the fact that some black women have gone through bad experiences in their past, just treat her right and make her happy. You will enjoy that relationship with that black woman. Yeah, someone talked of black women being with high hype and of course a very different hype. This is true. Generally, black people have that vibe which is so different. When you're around black people, you feel the energy, you feel you feel the hype, you'll never be bored. Black women, of course, like music, and I think it's the opposite for some white men. At least that's what I've seen. So that is just the energy of black women. That experience makes the white man also hyper. Someone talked of being open and transparent. Don't make any lies to a black woman. Just be honest. Tell them what you're up to. Because of the past experiences that black women have had in their lives, like they don't easily trust, but when they do, they really do. When they fall in love with you, they really fall in love. So if you try to betray them, it will be so devastating for them. And of course, they are not ready to take up that kind of nonsense again. That's why you find some people saying that black women are hard to love, black women are I don't know what, but it's just that some people don't understand what a black woman has been through. And this is of course important. Someone talked of embracing her culture, and of course she will also have to embrace your culture. Get to learn about their traditions, pick interest in their food, but also be open with her, be transparent. If you taste something and you don't like it, it's fine. Don't be forced to eat what you don't like. She will understand. Just the same way as she may not like your food, the way maybe you prepare it, she will also understand. And yeah, of course, that is what interculture means, and that is what interracial relationships involve. So just show interest in what she does, show interest in their culture, show some interest maybe in their music, in their dances, and they will be so happy. And it's not only for her. Let's say if you visited her home, or if you visited her family, of course they will prepare the food there, and obviously you will eat it. I heard of a story where a white man who is married to a Nigerian lady visited their home. Then they made the Nigerian food, which includes snails. So this man was eating the snails, but he was feeling so bad. Of course, the wife knew that he didn't like it, but he pretended to the family, to the mother of the wife, that he likes the food. So the mother-in-law kept on adding him more snails and other food. And then he was feeling so bad. He didn't even finish the food. He went and poured it when the mother-in-law went away. It's not about pretending. Just if you don't like something, say it. These men have been so much like commenting about not touching a black woman's hair. This is true to some extent, but it's not that all the time or all kinds of hair. Remember, black women have different hairstyles. Some women don't care about their men touching their hair. It depends on which hairstyle they have on their head, and then also the timing. This woman might have just made her hair, like now maybe she has just styled it, and then you want to touch it because you see it is looking beautiful, and when you touch it, it will get like dismantled and disorganized, then she will have to redo it, you know. That is why they don't like being touched. But it's not that all the time they don't want their hair to be touched. Black women wear bonnets, and these bonnets are to protect their hair, like from being dismantled and disorganized when you say you're sleeping. Bonnets also help to protect oil from the hair from going onto the bed sheets or whatever under beddings. Yeah, so that's why black women wear those bonnets mainly. Then one gentleman also commented about how he lost a black woman just because he thought black women are sour. Like he thought that black women's skin is sour just because of the lotion or body oil that she had applied on her skin. Yeah, I think this is something that white men are not used to. Black women always have those oils, like one of the couples was showing. Yeah, we have different oils. We can apply 3 different oils at the same time on the same skin or on the same area of the body. It's something that you just get used to seeing and understanding. Black women are taught to be clean right from childhood. As a girl, you're trained how to be clean, how to wash yourself, how to take care of yourself, how to take care of the house. Remember, most of the times, a girl is the one who takes care of the house. Say if the parents are not at home, it's just something that black women grow up with. And with that, I'll come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and let's catch up in the next one.